So I think either competition is forcing the companies to create experience or the informations. Why I'm saying that? Because the informations now is really very easy to spread. So now maybe we have the informations of quality of the product, and if there is any problem with the quality, so maybe it will get disseminated very easily and very fast. Like a car is stuck somewhere and then the CEO is commenting about the car, or maybe Airbnb, something happened wrong, and then, or maybe the insurance, the claim, if it is not getting faster, or maybe the loan and other things. So the information has created, or maybe forces the industries to look for another variable to differentiate their product, that is experience, or the competitions is intense and everybody almost are on the same page in terms of the maybe quality and the features, and they started looking for creating experiences. So let's have viewpoints on this. Which one is pushing the experiences, informations or the competition? Your question, this experience that I think most of the companies try to create for their customer, it is because information or because of the competition? Because information about the product's quality and the features is almost known to everyone, because information has become very easy to spread. Earlier it was difficult. Maybe I have an experience, but I do not have a platform to share it. So now everybody is kind of on the same page in terms of the quality and the features. Now you want to differentiate your products. Otherwise, you are not going to bring a new customer or maybe retain the existing one. So the next variable is kind of a experience. If we can create a good experience for the customer may be a repeat one or maybe the new one, I can bring that. So which one is like a kind of an enabler for experiences, the informations or the competition, or maybe something else?
Sure. No, I think that's a good discussion to have. And I have a little contrarian point of view on the information piece that you spoke, Prof. While information is everywhere, we are actually struggling for attention. Yeah, in a way that because it's so much, what is right, what is wrong, what is relevant, what is irrelevant, has become even more important because everybody has access, everybody has a voice. In some ways, information might also be misrepresented, which is why the use of information in a judicious way with the right customer so that they're able to make the right choice is also critical. Having said that, I really like the gentleman's point about moments of truth. The fact that customers have so many choices, right, has made it even more imperative for businesses, and maybe some of you can vouch for that, to be very mindful of the complex customer journeys. Yeah. We've heard of the first to third moment of truth, right, which says at the point of buying, at the first after sale services, and then when the service breaks down. But I think that whole point of zero moment of truth, which was designed by Google, has become very, very important. So I will rest my case by saying that while information is important and competition will drive it, if businesses can think ahead with what can differentiate their product, they will be able to combine the best of both the elements to bring that experience that the customer needs.
Information available, noise versus what do you use? So there is a qualitative information and there is lots of noise around in every data. I feel information is the key to everything. Now, how do you make it more visible for your customers to see that the validated information will help you make that decision? And no matter what the decision is, the right input would help you, because there could be one of, two of the. No system is 100% correct, right? There will be always 1%, 2%, 3% of areas where people will fail, and that will happen. But that doesn't mean that product is bad or the service is bad or any of those things. But the 98% or 99% of areas where things are right, if that is visible to the customer, that gives them an experience to understand or the choices that they make out there. But making that visible to them or giving that testimonies out to customers to look at how are they differentiate and how they have made life better or created that no matter what the competition is, how am I better than somebody else? If you're able to position that to the customer by telling them that, hey, what am I going through the entire journey of, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's services, whether it's quality checks, that will create an impact. So I truly believe that the information is the key to win the experience and get that right, moment of truth to even make a decision for a customer. So that's how I see it.
I would like to bring a different perspective again from the industry I belong to. So other than the information and competition, I would put a third one, there's a survival also, because as you said that whether the experience is bringing the brand or brand is bringing the experience, no doubt a better experience or a good experience is always helpful to, build your brand. Nevertheless, brand has a responsibility to give the experience also. And very classic example for that is Volkswagen. Remember the Das Auto, once a synonym of trust, quality, and it took one Dieselgate and everything got shattered. So the brand had a responsibility to maintain the trust of their customers, the buyers, on that. And having said that, information is very much required. Competition is pushing you from a technology to the commodity. Because once upon a time, the bearings or the products which used to be a technologic thing, but as you rightly said, the quality is the same, the product is the same. How I differentiate from my competition that I am better. So it's just not the competition. It's also a survival to get through this cutthroat thing wherein every day the demands are changing, the expectations are changing, wherein we are creating themselves for our customers. But nevertheless, to keep up the pace with those changing expectations and requirements, how we can be different from our competition, and then fighting for a technology product with the commodity outlook. We are no more able to sell I'm better or I'm best. I have to compete every day. So for me, this matter of survival is also a third aspect into this, which is pushing me to be better and different and look for different avenues and ideas to give better experience, maintaining the brand, because brand is very easy to lose its value. Experience is always helping us to build up that.
So I look at this question of yours on competition and information. I come from an industry which is automobile industry, and we've seen the kind of transformation that has happened in the automobile. I think for the last one decade, we've only seen automobile transformations, right? The BS3 to BS4 to BS6, from the ICE engines to electric vehicles, with the booming of alternate fuel, CNG. I think whole lot of regulation changes, right? Now, and along with that, in the last decade, we see a lot of competition. So there's a lot of startups, a lot of funding, ventures that have come up because they see a lot of potential in the automobile. And why is this happening? It's just because the customer base is increasing. The buying power of the people around is increasing, and hence you have a lot of people, a lot of competition coming in this space. So I think competition is something that you can't let go. Certain industries, you will have competition. Now, what's important as an organization, if you want to, picking up from you, I think survival is absolutely important. So if you want to survive, is that enough? May not be. So do you want to grow? What's important is, as competition, you monitor them, but you don't copy them. In our industry, we say there is something called as operational effectiveness and there's something called as competitive advantage. Operational effectiveness is simply what your competition does is what you do. But do you get the same result that the competition gets? Not guaranteed. Now, what really is competitive advantage is something different that is your DNA. That specifically is something that your competition cannot copy. And since I come from a people space, I had the human resources. So I always say culture is something that could be the competitive advantage of your organization, because that's something that your competition cannot copy. They can copy your best practices, they can copy your policies, they can copy, all the engagement work that you do or the employee well-being work that you do. But can they give the same experience to the employees? They cannot, because that's something different. And hence we say competitive advantage is something that we need to focus when we talk about products as well. Now, information, on the other hand, is equally important because that helps you make your decisions more wisely. It at least gives you real-time data points which can enable the organizations to make real-time decisions. but how to use that information, how to give it back to the customers, how do you disseminate that information. Say, for example, without naming the organizations, I see a lot of organization using information in negative marketing of their competitors.
Right.
So how do you as an organization look at that? Is it a part of your value system? Now, it depends. Without making comments, I think some organizations do it because they feel they want to be ahead of competition. The best is do negative marketing, right? So what we see on social media with one incident happening and there's a troll. So I don't think it really happens naturally. There is something that goes behind it. But so information is important, but how do you want to utilize that information as an organization is absolutely depending upon the values that your organization wants to, process. And of course, giving it back to the customers. So this is how I look at competition and information. So according to me, I think both is important to let the organization be on their foot.